I remember my uncle, he was killed by the police department. His name was Joseph. You know, his son's name is Yusuf. And if I remember correctly, they said he was in his mama's front yard. You know, I think it was the Yester Terrace. They said he had his hands up, you know, because he had gunshot wounds in his armpits. So he had to have his hands up. But they still shot him and killed him. You know, so the police tried to say, you know, they do their inquest and whatnot and try to give you a reasonable excuse for why they did it. You know, that's what they do. So the Panthers did their own investigation with attorney, what was the my man from the Communist Party?
Oh,
what's my man's name?
he used to work for the ACLU too.
Yeah, it's on the tip of my tongue. He used to work for the
John
ACLU.
Coughlin.
John Coughlin.
Okay.
You know, we went and talked to him one time, and, you know, he kind of gave us the details. But I just remember all of the family being pissed off. You know what I'm saying? Being really pissed off, and my dad talking to folks, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, just getting information out. And I was a kid, and I was like, wow, this is really foul, you know? This is really foul, what happened, you know? Then when I went back, I would see pictures and stuff of my dad talking to reporters and whatnot. I was, Mom, what is it? Oh, that's when your uncle got killed by the Seattle Police Department. And things weren't going correctly, so the Panthers stepped in, did their own medical examiner's report and their own inquest, their own investigation, so that the people, you know, could know what happened and whatnot. I was like, man, that was, I've never seen nothing like that. Around the cases that have happened, you know what I'm saying, recently, I've never seen nobody go in and do nothing like that. So.
And that was your father's brother?
No, that was my mom's.
Your mother's brother?
Foster brother. Foster sister's husband.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, that really, because my cousin, who was his son, he's not in good shape now. He's you know, good cat, but he's going through a lot of stuff, you know, with the police. And I didn't really make the connection to why was I always fucking with him? Why was this always happening, that always happening? He was a good cat, intelligent and everything. Until I said, oh, okay, he's the son of, okay. Then everything started to make sense, you know. And see, something that we don't take into consideration a lot is that, just like Malcolm X's grandson, he's locked up for life, you know, supposedly, for doing something. They said he burnt the mama up or whatnot, but you know, you could take Fred Hampton's son, same thing. He just recently got out for, you know, doing the same stuff that his father's done. Something that happens is that it's called tracking, where they track the next generation of revolutionaries and they try to get them before they can get on their way to doing what their fathers or their grandfathers have done, you know. It's something that's very, very, just like Tupac. He's the son of Panthers. His mom was very, very, you know, very, very active in the Black Liberation Army and the Panther Party. His auntie is Assata Shakur. You know what I'm saying? So this is like a legacy thing. This is not something that, oh, okay, well, yeah, we're going to go after this one. No, that's not what happens. And to show and prove what I'm saying, I think when I was in 10th or 11th grade, I saw Aaron's son. And this is when I hadn't fully gotten to the conscious level where I was understanding the dynamic of how the police work on you and why they work on you. So it was in the parking lot of Ezel's. So I knew him as Patrice. I seen Patrice. Oh, what's up, Patrice? Because I knew him as a b-boy. He used to, you know, write graffiti and stuff and do music. He was like, oh, you know, I'm just building. Well, bro, what are you building? I didn't understand the term. He said, you know, I'm just teaching myself, educating myself. He said, he just came out the blue. He said, have you ever taken into consideration that you'd be under surveillance by the Central Intelligence Agency? And I was, you know, I'm young. I didn't really know nothing about the CIA. I said, well, who's that? And he started explaining about who COINTELPRO was and how they do tracking and how they don't just follow the father and the mother. They follow the child. And he said, I said, well, why would you say that? He said, because your dad and your mom was affiliated with the Nation of Islam and the Black Panther Party. It's real high-profile folks. And I was like, ooh, okay. So I just walked away, you know. And I was, you know, I had a little something to smoke and drink, so I was really thinking about that for a while. So I started researching on COINTELPRO. It was a book called Agents of Repression. You know, so I started reading about what they had done to AIM, the Communist Party, Black Panther Party, the Nation of Islam. And it just totally changed my perspective on police terrorism. Really, really changed my perspective on it. As, okay, so all of this is not anti-crime, anti-drug stuff. Some of this is repression for people's politics or their parents' politics. It really opened my, because I was like, okay, I know there's messing with them for, selling dope and stuff and for looking like gang members and whatnot. Because they would be on our campus almost every day, police, looking for people.